Hi folks, we are prepping our grind for tomorrow, and we're talking about dog food grind, and this is what we grind up. It ends up looking like these packs here, and I can't show you in there, but they end up looking like this, and this has chicken legs and thighs with the bone in, and you can see it's still juicy, and this is soft. It's not frozen anymore. This will be their breakfast in the morning. But this also has veggie pieces in it. You can see corn, and there's spinach and sweet potato and pumpkin and yams and all kinds of other vegetables like carrots and stuff are in there, and apples. In addition, these are the gizzard and heart from chicken. And then we also have the beef liver, which you see down here. These come in nice little packs that we grind up in the grinder, along with the chicken gizzard and heart. And when I say we grind it up, we were grinding up the legs and the thigh and the bones that are included, because we have a Lem commercial grade grinder. It's a number 32, in case you're curious. You can also do it with a number 22, which we also have one of as well. And this is our pre-made up veggie mix that we have here, which is what I talked about before. And this is frozen up. We make it up in advance for the next time. But this time around, we're not going to do it because we're both sick as dogs, just absolutely sick. I've had a cold the last 4 or 5 days, and Shanda has one as well. And right now, we're sitting on approximately 150 pounds of chicken. We have another 110 pounds of chicken and 10 pounds of beef coming tomorrow. So we'll be filling up this area here with that. And that won't be frozen tomorrow, but this is. And this is the way we've been doing it for a while. And it's actually easier to cut it with the butcher knife if it's frozen. But the problem is it's also really hard to take apart when all the chicken is frozen together. So this is the way we do it. So, it's half and half. And that tan package you see in the bottom, along with this beige, yellow, tan color here, is actually chicken legs, which is a lot easier to feed through the machine. But if you're going to do your own grind, I would be careful using too much of it, because it is hard on the grinder if you have a number 22. If it's a number 32, it probably won't even notice it. But the other side of the thing that you need to look at is just doing legs. One, it's a lot more expensive. It's about $2 per 10 pounds more, which does add up over time. But the other thing is the meat to bone ratio isn't as good. What I mean by that is there's a lot more bone to the meat. And you want to limit the amount of bone you're putting in your dog's diet. Not to say that you don't want bone in the meat, but what you do want is you want the right kind of ratio. And we figured out that the right ratio is using legs and thighs with the bone in. And then I just chop it with the big knife, which I sharpen with my grinder, which I think is on the other side of the car over there. And that seems to work out rather well. One chop for a number 32, 2 chops with a butcher knife for a number 22 grinder, and it seems to work out well. This stuff will eventually thaw out enough that we can empty it into this 10-gallon bucket. And to give you an idea of size, this is a 10-gallon, that's a 5-gallon. It doesn't look like it's that big of a difference, but believe me, it really is, especially when you look at it from this point of view. So yeah, this is what we start out with. And you can probably make out the eggshells. When we do a grind, you're looking at about 64 eggs, and with our grind that we do about 64 eggs and about 50 pounds of Oregon mix, which is the chicken gizzard and beef lizard and heart. And the reason we don't use beef heart is, quite frankly, it's expensive, but also chicken heart is actually better concentration. of the right kind of fats that you want in the organ meat. And then the beef liver is just so much better as far as the concentration of what you're looking for in liver in general. And you do have to, yes, use the organs in the dog food, because it's giving them the right kind of ingredients that they need for a hearty, healthy body. And by the way, if you're looking for what kind of output you're expecting out of your dogs by using a raw dog diet, we have a 90-pound German Shepherd. Her poops are about the size of a pug's poop. It's really not very big. After about 3 days, it's already turned white in the yard. And 5 days later, you don't even see it in the yard anymore. We haven't had to clean our yard since we started doing raw dog food grinding whatsoever. Before that, we had to have somebody come out twice a month minimum to do the yard, and now we don't even think about it. And yes, we bought this big monster refrigerator just so we can store our dog food in there. And we have 2 dedicated shelves in the lower section that does that. And here's some of my old car audio sponsors. And they're all great. Triangle Tires. Unfortunately, I can't find their tires anymore. But, it's not any fault of mine. Stow and Show's great. Ram Audio is unfortunately no longer available, which is a shame because I used their product for decades. Power Base, obviously I'm still using. Mini DSP, I don't even know if they exist anymore. Houston Doe and Sequence brakes, absolutely wonderful company. Platinum Ultra Wheels, absolutely. JS Alternators, John, you're a great guy. And everybody at Full Throttle is amazing. I also recommend Mechman, and of course Sam at Autotech. And that's just a plug. I'm not getting anything for doing that for them. They're just great guys. But anyways, back to the food grind. Yeah, so I'll get an additional 110 pounds of chicken tomorrow. And by the way, this chicken is available at Walmart. And it's just chicken hindquarters. It's $8.72 right now in California for 10 pounds. And we wash it thoroughly, make sure that the meat's clean prior to grinding it. And it works out really nicely. We'll end up with probably right around 270, maybe 280 pounds of dog food. And it'll be great. It'll be so wonderful to have. And the dogs will love it, of course.